Hello fellow video watchers, and today I'm going to be showing you how to paint an aquarium background. Now this is my 29 gallon 130 litre established tank which has a black painted background. You can paint it whatever colour you want really, so you can paint it blue, which most people tend to do for marine setups, but with this tropical Amazon themed setup I painted it black. I really feel that black brings out the colours in the fish, so the blues, the reds, the whites, even the greens in the plants, it really makes them come alive and stand out a lot more vivid. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on and show you how I do it. Rightio, so there are four main components that you need for painting your aquarium glass. 3 if you're using acrylic paint, and I'll come on to that in a moment. So what you're going to need is a roller. I find is better than a paintbrush because you don't leave any brush marks and it's a lot quicker. You can cover a bigger area in a shorter time. And a rolling paint thingamajiggy. What else you will need is the paint. Now I'm going for some poster paint. This is water-based paint, cost me a couple of quid, you can get it cheaper than that, and I'm just going to mix it with some PVA glue to make myself some acrylic. Now if you've managed to find some cheap acrylic, then fair enough, buy that, it will do the job, but this is just another way of doing it. So they're the two things I've got, poster paint and PVA glue, both cheap to pick up. And then of course you will need your aquarium. Now this one I picked up on the cheap. It cost me £25 and it's 29 US gallons, 130 litres, and I also got another 10 gallon tank with it as well, so 25 quid, bargain there. And it's not in best shape, but I'm going to just be using it for a breeding tank for assassin snails, and I'm going to use it as a grow out tank because I'm going to try and breed some beta splendens, Siamese fighter fish, and use it as a grow out tank. But I just want the back to look nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, you're going to have your PVA glue, probably should have done this before I started filming. There we go. And you're going to tip a fair amount into the palette. It's probably a bit too much. Oh, lid back on. And then with your poster paint, you don't need that much because it's like squash, you only need a little amount in a big amount of water. So put a bit of that in. Now I forgot, 1 second. Here we go. You use an old paintbrush or a spoon or something just to mix it together so that all the glue and the paint is mixed in. This may take a minute or two. You don't need to worry too much if there are a few white streaks in it because PVA glue dries clear, so it's not going to be as noticeable. It's not going to look like a marble effect on the back of your fish tank. Okay, I best put this spoon in the sink before my mum gets me into trouble. Now, you get the roller, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Paint on the roller. And then, hey presto, start painting. I'm just going to apply one coat for now, and then I'm going to leave it overnight to dry, apply another coat in the morning, and just repeat the process until you can't see through it, but you're happy with the shade it's become. Another thing to note is I've got an old towel on the kitchen table, so it doesn't really matter if it gets too mucky like it just has. Whoops. Use newspaper as well if you want. Just happen to have old towels. So I'm going to crack on with this and get back to you in a moment. So there we go, there's the first coat done. Still a bit patchy in areas, but that's not too much of a problem for the first coat. It's going to take maybe another 2-3 coats for it to actually be a nice block black colour. So I'm going to leave it till the morning and I'm going to apply another coat. So here's the final tank, all painted up nicely. I ended up giving it 3 coats in the end. To be honest, it only actually needed 2. But I thought I'd give it a 3rd just to make sure that if there was any lighter patches, but they're all covered up. So 2 to 3 coats should do it. So it was nice and dry. It was still a bit tacky after a while. So what I did was I actually got a little desk fan and put it on it. So the wind flow across it helped it dry quicker. And within half an hour, the tackiness had sort of gone, so that really speeded up the process of drying it. Another thing to add, because you used acrylic paint, if you ever wanted to change your background at all, then all you need to simply do is get a glass cleaner for your algae inside the tank, or a razor blade or something, and it pretty much is, you just have to scrape it. I'm going to do the top bit because obviously I've got a bit on the top rim, but I'm not going to do the back bit because obviously I want to keep that block. So you literally just scrape it off and it comes off in nice strips. Look at that. I'll break that off. Nice long strips. Because it's acrylic, it's sort of like glue latexy stuff now. So if you ever wanted to change it, of course, get a razor, scrape it off and paint it another colour. Because you've actually painted the outside of the glass, even though the paint is not toxic to fish, it doesn't really matter anyway because they're not going to be in contact with it. So that's another plus. So I'm going to flip the tank around and show you it from the other side, so what it will look like on the inside of the tank. So here's the view from the front of the tank. And you can see that it makes it look so much more cleaner and professional, and it's going to really show up the colours of your fish viewing them from this side. So if you enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this and you want to keep in the know of how my assassin snail breeding is coming along and how my beta splendens breeding is coming along, then subscribe obviously. If you've got any questions as to different paints or anything like that, then go ahead and comment in the comments below. And obviously, if you like this video and it helped you, then please, by all means, give me a thumbs up. So, there you have it. Until another day. See you later, guys.